Alright, what is up YouTube? HPJ here, and I got a beefer for you guys. We're going to be taking a nice look at, well, everything Familiar, Possessed, and Charmer, because their structure deck comes out today in the OCG. We have confirmation that the structure deck is going to be coming to the TCG, and I am sure a lot of you guys, oh, sorry, didn't click that over. A lot of you guys are probably excited just as much as I am to see what the variations will be when they come here to TCG. So, I got a full spoiler list for you guys from the OCG if you guys haven't seen it. I'm also going to be taking a look at the TCGs confirming the um, release of it here the TCG confirmation of the Master of Spiritual Arts coming to the TCG, and then some more concept art for the Charmers when it comes to while it's in the OCG, because today, at the time of this recording, they're receiving their list now. I mean, the structure decks now. So, this is honestly what I have to say is probably one of the many sets where I go fully into an archetype because I love the archetype. Um, you don't see any charmer builds on this channel. I think there was one rare. I think it was like maybe one, two videos. It's only because of the fact that I love this deck on a more different level. I see it similar light to how I love Harpies because the charmer deck is super kawaii desu as it is. It's more of a fact that I love magicians and I love spellcasters. And if I wasn't playing Harpies, I'd probably be playing a variation of spellcasters, whether it be Shadal, Invoked, or some kind of variation, or something very whimsical. The Master of Spiritual Arts structure deck is a combination of what a lot of people will like to see. Charmer support. Did they get it right? In my opinion, I think the one issue that I brought up in a previous video is that they don't have a boss monster that unifies them. If they had a charmer that treated herself as all four attributes, or even all six, if you want to include Dirk and um, Lena, sorry, then this would be a really amazing structure deck because then you'd have all the concepts together. I have a funny feeling maybe in a pack coming in the OCG after this, maybe they will include her, and then maybe they'll also include the Awaken Possessed cards as well. Because there's a lot of things still missing, but I'll go over that as well. But for the most part, this is the full list that has come out. So, Earth Charmer, Water Charmer, Fire Charmer, and Wind Charmer. Usoa, Aria, Kita, and Winnie are all getting parallel rares of themselves in the structure deck. The Awakening of the Possessed, Archfiend Reaper of Nefariousness, and Great Anari Fire are also in here as well. Archfiend of Nefariousness, Archfiend Eater of Nefariousness, Gigabyte, Anari Fire, Ranryu included as well. Fairy Tale Sleeper, Rella, and Luna are also included. Witchcraft Golem Aruru has been included. Dark Dariado is in there. Witch of the Black Forest, Sangan, Effect Veiler, Santa Claus, and Denko Saka. Grand Spiritual Art, Ichiran. Awaken the Possessed, Secret Village of the Spellcasters, Wonder Wand, Spell Book of Knowledge, Terraforming, Book of Eclipse, Heatwave, Twin Twister, Dark Ruler No More, Teamwork of the Possessed, Unpossessed, Spiritual Earth Art, Kurogane, Spiritual Water Art Iola, Spiritual Fire Art Kiranai, Spiritual Wind Art Miyabi, Metaverse, Dimensional Barrier, Evenly Matched Solemn Warning. And then the special pack includes Familiar Possessed Asua, Aria, Hita, and Winnie in their alternate art forms, and then the spell card Masters of the Spiritual Arts. And then the 5 tokens that will also be within the set itself. This is a lot. I'm not gonna lie. This is a total of like 45 cards. No structure deck, no extra deck included. A lot of people are more concerned about the aspect. Do we think this is gonna be meta? Sadly, it's not. It could potentially be support for other decks, which is great. Spellcasters themselves, especially those who are, you know, jump into multiple attributes, do have one thing aside from them, is that they're spellcasters. Spellcasters get support like there's no other. If you're a fan of spellcasters, this is the legit structure deck for you. Or if you're into the spiritual arts, because there is still some good, decent spellcaster reprints in here in terms of generic support. The thing about it is just that there's no major bond for all four charmers. Like, there's no boss monster. There's still relatively just four to six small monsters, various forms based off of them. Here and there monster support, great spells and trap support, but no boss monster. And I think that's the big thing that's missing from this. I wouldn't be surprised if in like a later pack they finally do include the Awakened Possessed monsters for Aria Monster Gigabyte and Winnie's Petite Dragon. And then, bam, here's the monster that brings all four of them together. And I think, honestly, just looking at the list of the structure decks, that this is pretty just basic structure deck. You got cards that flip cards face up, face down, spellcaster support, a lot of various support that fits into the different abilities that the charmers and the familiar possessed have. It's just, like I said, wish it was just a little more in terms of a one monster that unifies them. Someone said there was, that's right, Dark Dorado. Why did I say Dario? No, Dark Dorado. She's the pendulum monster, if I'm not mistaken. And she's a variation of Elemental Mistress Dorado, who, while she's on the field, treats herself as four of the five attributes, four of the six attributes. She's water, wind, fire, and yeah, water, wind, fire, and earth. And the thing about that is not that, it's just she's not a charmer, and that's literally a great effect on a charmer, but or at least a familiar possessed monster, not random elemental monster here and then just put it in there because she can do that. But I think like a lot of the big steps I've already talked about them are some of the massive reprints that are going to be included in this deck because it is still a spellcaster archetype, and cards like Witchcraft Golem Aruru, great inclusion because she is a beast of a spellcaster. I still need to pick some of these up. I know here in the TCG she's pretty cheap because a lot of the witchcraft stuff is pretty cheap, but she's sequentially the second big boss monster for the archetype because the other one is Madame Vere, and having both of them lovely ladies on the field together is just a beast. Um, Great search with Witch of the Black Forest and Zangan because you're really not going to be using it for actually mostly setting them. I was a little bit skeptical of the Saint Claws. I think they just wanted to add an additional monster, and I don't think Saint Claws is going to be printed sometime in OCG. A lot of flipping cards, face up, face down, taking advantage of monster effects with Heat Wave, because that's a card I haven't seen in years. Heat Wave. It's like the inverse of Cold Wave. Cold Wave did for spells and traps, Heat Wave did it for effect monsters. So that's a weird combination, but hey, it forces a turn to set for both players, and at that point, what is Charmers? Set Charmer, set support, get flipped, and then go from there. A lot of removal with, well, decent enough removal with Twin Twister, but we do have the Secret Village of the Spellcasters and Wonder One is Spellbook of Knowledge. So you have two forms of draw power, plus you have the Secret Village to keep your opponent from really taking advantage of spell cards. Which almost in a way is kind of like don't ever run into, I don't know, what is it? The Ultra guys, because they're all spellcaster. Um, Great reprint on the spiritual art cards, because I'm sure those needed reprints outside of Ioi, because the other three haven't been reprinted. Metaverse's reprint would be nice, and I've said a lot about a lot of the quote reprinted cards, but the overall look of it is that this is catering more so a fan service, which is great. But just that one bond that's missing is that one monster, and that's it. Even if it's an extra deck monster, I think it would be perfectly great for the Charmers because that's something they just didn't have. Now, outside of all of that, there is some other stuff that I want to talk about with the Charmer Structure Deck, and that's, of course, the promotion stuff going on. The tokens, their artwork is featured here for the special mats that will be given out in the TCG. There's a lot of the OCG. There's a lot of concept art. As we all know, they have the little book that talks about the combinations of cards you use with the Charmers and helping the Charmers get cards out and all that wonderful stuff. And it's really nice to see, honestly. It really is. And I'm very excited to see it, especially the concept art for the Charmers. There's a lot of the very lolly-esque of them. There's um, this is actually what the tokens look like here in the corner. These are the tokens that will be printed for the OCG and stuff. And then this is the full artwork of the girls together, and that's very beautiful artwork, honestly. And that's also a thing about fans of the Charmer Familiar Possessed archetype is just how beautiful the artwork looks. And these mats are reversible mats. So, of course, the question was TCG. Well, we're getting it. We're just getting it very butchered down. So, pretty much, yeah, we're going to get the structure decks. They're going to come out, August 23rd of this year. And then, pretty much for it overall is so here's the downer. Everything in the OCG, we're not getting that. We're getting it like this. You gotta hope you get one of the 4 variant cards of the Familiar Possessed. You're getting a one of the deluxe mats uh per box, but it's one of the 5, and you gotta hope that you get the one that you want, as well as one of the tokens, because the tokens will not be the same either. So, yay! Because, Konami TCG and that damn Komani bullshit. But it is what it is. But I'm just more excited the fact that we're getting the Charmer Structure. And they're calling it Spirit Charmers, not the Masters of the Spiritual Art, which I guess that was considered. I don't know. So it'll probably have a different name when it comes to TCG too, which that sucks because I love the name of that spell card. But it's whatever. Yeah, at least we're getting it. That's all that really matters to me. Is that we're gonna finally get it. There's some other stuff about the speed duel box that I don't give two craps about the speed duels. Like unless speed duels have some really good reprints of cards, because we can still use them here in TCG, there's really nothing else that I really care about when it comes to speed duels, and that's stuff coming out in November. But I'm mostly here for the Charmers. I'm very excited for the Charmers structure deck to come here in the TCG. Sucks about how Komani, they're doing a lot of the stuff to it. The overall deck itself, like I said, it needed a Dorado for the Charmers. Like, give us a Charmer or a Familiar Possessed that does what she does, but gain some additional effects. And everything else in here is pretty solid. The things that I am worried about is, for the most part, um, Witchcraft Golem Aruru, if we're gonna get her. Um, of course, reprints of Evenly Matched and Metaverse are some things, as well as, well, actually, no, I take that back. The reprints of Evenly Matched and Dark Ruler No More. Will those come to the TCG? Or will those be some neuters? And, I mean, as far as it comes with the spiritual art stuff, the tokens and everything, that's just alternate artwork. If you want copies of those, I'm sure people will go and buy them. But, which they aren't bad either. It's just, money. That's really what they're trying to do with the structure deck is money, which no one's surprised. But my overall thing is just that. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I hope this works out well here in the CCG, even if it's not a tier meta deck, which a lot of people are saying it's not going to be. I'm just happy it's getting the support. We can move on to Ice Barrier and hopefully Ice Barrier having some things with it. So let me know what you guys think. about the Charmer stuff. Are you excited for it just as much as I am? Do you expect more? And, all that good stuff in the comment section below. Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, of course, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you guys can be informed of when I do more uploads. Thanks everybody, and I will catch you all next time. HPJ signing out. Take care.